For the last year, my daughter has requested that I make her pasta for lunch, just like noodles in a jar, like in a, cooked noodles. That's pretty much what it is. So it really wasn't that big of a deal for me to get up and like boil water and cook the noodles for her. But she recently told me that she doesn't like her school lunch and that her school lunch sucks. And then it dawned on me, when did I become her little bitch? So what is a pet peeve of yours that like really isn't that big of a deal if you think about it, but to you, it drives you insane? For me, if you're loading the laundry and you don't put the clothes right side in before you put them in, that drives me insane. Because then all of the socks and clothes have all of this like playground leftover stuff on it, like wood chips and whatnot, that doesn't get clean. And then when it comes out of the wash and it dries, and then you go to put it away and you have to put it right side in, all of the wood chips fall out. It's just not as clean as it should be, and it drives me insane. Put the clothes right side in, put it in the wash, then clean it, okay? It's not hard, but also, thank you for trying, honey. You're doing your best. I love you. It's time. My son's wearing wet shoes instead of slip-on shoes. I'm still waiting for my daughter.
I don't want to wear Crocs.
This is why we're late. We are 10 minutes late because my daughter's not ready.
Just go without her.
But then she's stuck at home with me. So my son went like camping over the weekend, and he wore his like Vans shoes, and he walked through a creek, so he got his shoes all wet. So my husband like scrubbed his shoes clean last night, but they were wet this morning. So his choice was to wear wet shoes to school or his slip-on shoes, which are nice. They're native shoes. They're not ugly. They're just slip-ons. He refused to wear his slip-ons. He thought they looked silly. So he was like, I'm wearing my wet shoes to school. I'm like, that's fine. It's your choice, okay? You wear the wet shoes. You had another option. You didn't want to take it. But then on the way to school, he hated the way his feet felt in his wet shoes. So I decided to blast the heaters on the way to school, and he held one shoe up to a vent, and as I was driving, I held one shoe up to a vent and had my hand on the wheel, of course. And the whole way to school, I'm thinking, like, is this something like a good mom does? Like, I just care for him. He's only 8, like he's not there to make great decisions just yet. Or am I enabling him into making bad decisions? I just want them comfortable at school. But I also want him to make good decisions, you know what I mean? If you made a decision to wear wet shoes, that's your choice. But also, you're 8, and, your brain isn't fully developed yet. Mine's not fully developed yet. I'm 41. I'm still waiting for that day my brain's gonna be making good decisions. Thank you so much. You too. I just got back, went on a hike with my family, and I just went on a run. It's like so hard to get back into the routine of like running, but I signed up for some races. In October, I have a 50K trail race in Santa Monica, and I just signed up for the LA Marathon, which is in March of next year. So, gotta get back into it.
Monster series for the Edmonton Oilers.
Watching Game 7, Oilers versus Canucks. I'm not Canadian, but I like the Oilers because they've beaten the Kings 3 years in a row, and I'm a huge Kings fan. But every year they beat the Kings, I respect them because they're so good and they're fun to watch. So now I'm rooting for them. Go Oilers.